Hey beauties, it's Riri. If you're new here, I'm an over 40 lover of all things beauty, and I'm pretty obsessed with indie brand makeup. Today it's a get ready with me with new products that I haven't used. Alright beauties, before we dive in, please don't forget to subscribe down below if you have not yet. Share the video out if you enjoy the content, and give the video a big thumbs up. It really does help me a lot. And don't forget about that little join button right down there that you can click to become a channel member for exclusive perks. Thank you to my channel members. We're going to dive right in. You will see a video pop up right here of all the products I'm going to be using. Most of these are not new products. They are new products to me. And then of course the Lunar Beauty palette that you guys asked to see. I'll do my eyes first because I'm not familiar with the Lunar Beauty eyeshadow formula. I'm going to prep with my ABH eye primer and I will be RB. Alright, I'm going to unpackage my brushes from Lunar Beauty. These did come in my Lunar Beauty mystery box, so I will be using these today when I do my look. Already based off first impressions, even during my unboxing, I really love the length of these. I like the weight of them, and then aesthetically, I think they're beautiful. I do also like the 4 brushes that came in this set. I feel like they are definitely beginner-friendly, user-friendly basics that we all need. We have a smaller crease work brush. We have a definer brush, a concealer brush, a cut crease brush. We have a very small pencil / defining brush. And we also have a fluffy brush. So I'm going to go in with the fluffy brush first. This is the Lunar Beauty Eternal Eclipse. Feels very heavy. I think it is absolutely stunning. Lunar Beauty is an indie brand and they are cruelty-free. And here is our color story. I am not going to swatch this because it is an older palette, and I'm sure there are 8 million swatches of this palette out there. I think I'm going to go ahead and go into Dusk first, and I'll use the fluffiest of the brushes. I'm getting just a tiny bit of kickback, nothing bad. I feel like it's going into the brush pretty evenly. I'm going to put this in as my transition / crease shade. Because I have hooded lids, I'm going to go slightly above. If I put the product just here and kind of follow my socket, when I open my eyes, you do not see the shadow at all. Therefore, I kind of go slightly above my crease. The brush feels soft. I feel like it's placing the product down evenly, which I like. And so far, I feel like the color of the pan color is what is on my lid, so that's a good thing. I feel like this is a very kind of everyday, kind of beginner-friendly type of palette, and I do like that there's a little bit of depth in here. We do have some, quite deep shades in here. I really like the shade down here as well, and I accidentally dipped into the black. Let's hope that that does not transfer. All right, so far so good. And I will say, upon just kind of finger swatching these, they do feel quite soft and quite buttery. I really like the texture of them. Next, I'm going to go in the exact same brush into Summer Sky, which is this shade right here. I do like the embossing on this as well. Whoa, it looks way dark on the brush. Let me tap that off. And I'm going to push this in first, as I do with any deeper shade, and kind of press the product into place. That is stunning. And then whatever little bit of residual product I have, I'm going to keep it pretty much in the actual crease, kind of pushing it into that socket. Yeah, these are blending beautifully. I have no complaints thus far. And the color that I see in the pan is the color that is on my lids, so I really like that. I definitely feel like you could use this if you had, lighter skin or deeper skin, which I really appreciate that as well. I'm going to go into that smaller crease brush. This is the LBE 3. The brush I was just using is the LBE 2. So I'm going in with LBE 3. I'm going to go into Earth Bender, which is the deepest shade in this row. And again, picks up beautifully on the brush. And I'm going to just give myself extra dimension out here on the outer corner. I like to build a look in this manner, kind of starting lighter and then doing a soft gradient and kind of going darker as I go, and then going darker as I go. Whatever is your preferred method is just fine. If I already had my base on, I would carry this to the lower lash line as well. Again, we're in the shade Earthbender. I'm going to go back into our first brush and go into the first shade, which was Dusk. And I'm just going to go around the outside, gently feather, just so that I know that everything has that nice natural gradient that I like to have in my shadow looks. Yeah, I like this a lot. And I feel like it's neutral enough that honestly anybody could use this, but I like the different variations of the metallic shades, so you can kind of switch it up. And of course with the blues and the more cool tone shades down here, you could also switch it up in that way. So I'm just kind of reinforcing that shade. Yeah, I don't feel like it's looking patchy or muddy or anything like that. And then again with the smaller brush into Earth Bender. All right, cool. I'm gonna do my brows, clean this up just a little bit, and we'll come back and test out the foundation. All right, beauties, I am back. I went in with my Real Her eyebrow pencil, my Juvias Place brow pen in the front of the brow, and my NYX Thick It Stick It brow mascara. We will finish off the eyes, of course. Next up, we're gonna go into the Dior Forever Skin Glow 24-Hour Wear Radiant Foundation, and I got the shade 2N. This was just a little Sephora sample that you guys would have seen in my Sephora unboxing. Hopefully it's the right shade. I have not even opened this or looked at it yet, so y'all wish me luck. Okay, I'll put some on the back of my hand. Please be an okay shade. I think we're okay. Whew, thank goodness. And I'm going to go in with my IT Cosmetics Love is the Foundation brush. I like to pull my product down, kind of shear it out a little bit if you will, and only pick up a little bit at a time. Then for myself, because my kind of trouble spots, so to speak, are all through here, I press and pounce the product into this part of my complexion first. If I'm going to be using a concealer, I will not come all the way up to the under eye. Today I am not using a concealer, so I will gently come under the under eye. This has a slightly perfumed scent. If you have an aversion to scent, probably not recommending it for you. But once I pounce the product into place, kind of through here, I then will kind of buff the product for the rest of the complexion. So far, it is blending well. It feels light on the skin. The shade is actually beautiful. The shade is a perfect match. I'm definitely seeing some beautiful glow. It's giving me enough coverage that I, feel comfortable, I feel secure. It's taking away all of my redness, giving me a little bit of a blurred effect. I think that is absolutely stunning. I'm going to try to build up ever so slightly just in this area right here. And I do feel like you can build it up a little bit. I'm going to call this medium coverage, light to medium coverage. I'm not experiencing any type of irritation or anything just yet. It doesn't look dry. It's not settling in my nose, which is a huge thing for me. So far, so good, y'all. So we'll get up close. You can see on this side, I have a lot of redness, broken capillaries. I do have rosacea. Just some old acne scarring, uneven skin tone in general. Side by side. Oh, you guys. Okay, this is really pretty. It reminds me of the Fenty Eavesdrops. The coverage is beautiful. It's perfect for me. I feel like if you are a full coverage beauty, you'd probably want a little bit more than this. Oh, I love this. I love the little luminous glow that it's giving me too. All right, I'll do this side and I'll BRB. All right, beauties. I was gonna set this based on how this kind of first applied, and I'll get close. This side's already dry, obviously, and it has set down. I can still feel like a slight bit of kind of moisture from it, but you can see the difference here, how it still looks almost wet and a little bit glowy, and this side doesn't. So it does self-set. I think if you have oily skin, you would set it, and maybe this is not going to be your preference. For me, having dry skin, I feel like it's set enough that I don't need powder. Now we're going to go in and finish our eyes. I'm going to go into the tiny pencil brush, LBE6. And I actually think I want to go into Lagoon. Let's try to use as many colors as we can. I'm going to pop this on the lower lash line. And again, everything has been pretty true to pan color, which I really like. Everything has blended out well. I don't feel like anything's looking muddy or patchy. Nothing's sticking in place. I know so many of you swear by Lunar Beauty, and I understand why. The blush palette I have from Lunar Beauty is fantastic. All right, so far so good, y'all. I think for the lid, I want to keep it kind of light, so I'm going to go into the shade Flare right here. And I'm literally, wow, just going to do the front. I'm just going to apply this with my fingers. You could also cut the crease and apply this over a wet base, over a concealer. You could spray your brush. This is my preferred method. And to be more precise, I'll go in with the LBE 4 and load up the brush. And just make it slightly more precise through here. Not aiming for a cut crease or anything. That is really pretty. It's slightly, not chunky, but like a looser formula, like it has a little bit of texture to it. Like it just has a little bit of texture to it. Hopefully you guys can see that. That doesn't bother me. I think I'm going to go ahead and spray my brush and just kind of see if we can build up some intensity. And I'm going to lightly spray. I feel like you get a little bit more intensity. These are not my favorite. I mean, of course, it's just one of them. I like a more like very high shine, very fold metallic shade, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. I think overall the look looks very, very pretty. So same thing on this side. Yeah, I feel like it packs a punch when I first put it on, unless you're literally just meant to like place these and not touch it. Again, just going halfway across, making sure everything is blended well. I'm going to stay in that exact same shade and the exact same brush. And bring a little bit into my inner corner and a little at the brow bone as well. And that's it for the eye look. Aside from the metallic shade that I did use, not being not being quite as like beaming and in your face, which they don't have to be. That's not a bad thing. Aside from that, I really love the palette. I really think the color story is beautiful. I think it's an everyday, very wearable type of palette. Next up, I'm going to go into the Makeup by Tammi That's So Cheeky palette. And Makeup by Tammi is a YouTuber. This was sent to me in my swap with my beautiful friend Kate. I did swatch these, but I have not put them on my face yet. So we have 2 highlighters and we have 2 blushes. I think because of the look we have today, the orangey blush is probably the best bet. I'm really scared, so we're going to go in very light-handed. No kick up at all. Picks up pretty well on the brush. Oh, and these are my favorite blush shades. Anything that is peachy, corally, like terracotta type shades, I'm obsessed with. I'm not going in with bronzer. I don't have a new bronzer right now to test out. I just want to see how this looks on the complexion. And so far, so good. Yeah, this is quite punchy. I went in with a very light hand, as you guys could see, so I definitely feel like even if you have deeper skin, this could definitely work for you. I mean, I'm going in with a very, very light hand, and this is still the color payoff that I'm getting. Oh, I like this. And especially for a bronzer or a blush, I like a more buildable formula like this. I don't like one that kind of sits, you know, I press it here and it's just stuck there and it looks muddy, it looks patchy. It doesn't kind of blend in or sink into the skin, so to speak. And this is not doing that, which I am happy about. Very blendable. It also doesn't look super powdery or super chalky on the skin, which I really, really love. Oh, I love this. Thanks, Kate. And we're going to blush up the nose just a little bit. I'm trying to add a little bit more warmth to the complexion, especially since I'm not doing a bronzer. I'm literally going to my mom's house to watch the Super Bowl. And I say watch very loosely because I don't watch sports. I'm going to basically spend time with my mama. Next, I'm going to go, I think I'll mix both of the highlighter shades. Again, I don't know how much to use. Oh, very pretty. Okay, I like this. A little goes a long way though. Oh my goodness. Definitely feel like I've gotten way too much. So this time I'm just going to tap, tap. Much better. So I'm going to say less is more here. I feel like it's emphasizing texture ever so slightly. Although I have to say, since using the Juvias skin, I feel like my texture is not quite as bad. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, I'm really liking everything that we're trying so far, you guys. Next up, we're going to go into the Bite Upswing Full Volume Mascara with Berry Wax. I have heard nothing but rave reviews about this mascara. This, again, was in my little Sephora haul. I don't think I showed it because it was in my box still, and I forgot about it. So that is the component. Obviously, it is a mini. And I'm not going to curl my lashes. I typically do, but I like to see what this is going to actually do for us. I like the wand. It does seem like it has a wetter formula though, which I don't like. I'm not a fan of a wet formula, but I love the fluffy hourglass shaped wands. It is quite harsh in scent, I'm not gonna lie. That's not my favorite, especially since it's going on my eyes. So let's see what this does. I start in the bottom. I do a little thin coat on the top part of the lashes. That also takes away any powderiness. Yeah, this is too wet for me. I'm going to go ahead and say right now, I don't think I like this. I don't think I'm going to like this. I like a more dry formula, or a formula like this. Sometimes they'll dry out a little bit after you've opened them, and then I'll test it again, and I like it. So I'll keep you guys updated on it, but so far, I mean, I kind of really know upon first application if I'm going to like a mascara. So I do not believe I'm going to like this one at all. It is quite black, I will say that. Yeah, it's not my favorite. It's not doing for me what like the Maybelline Curl Bounce does, what the Lunar Beauty one does, what my tried and true Old School Better Than Sex one does. Yeah, it's okay. Like, I'm not getting the lift, the curl, the volume that I'm, you know, kind of used to with my favorite mascaras. So, yeah, so far this is the only thing that I'm kind of like, meh. Still pretty, but I like something a little bit different. I'll do this side and I'll come right back. All right, we are back. Yeah, that's not my favorite. I'm so sorry. Last up, I'm going to test out the Lunar Beauty lip gloss in the shade Divine. I did put this on and swipe it in my unboxing, but I have not worn it for a long duration of time. So I will let you guys know right here how it wore and how did it feel throughout the day. His components are 10 out of 10. I love his packaging, and it's a beautiful formula from what I could tell based on first impressions in my unboxing. They smell like baked goods. They smell amazing. It gives this beautiful little wash of color to my lips. And I like that it's super high shine, but you don't actually like see or feel the little glitters in there. It has a beautiful slip to it, but enough grip that I feel like it's going to stay on for at least a little bit of time. And there is zero stickiness. So I know why people hype this up. It's beautiful. We're going to do a quick recap of everything and then we're done. Lip gloss, I really love upon first application. Smells nice, feels incredible on the lips. Like that you don't feel the little glitters in there. It doesn't feel heavy or anything. Really, really love. The brushes, love. 10 out of 10. They work beautifully. I feel like they pick up product beautifully. They don't feel itchy or scratchy. I love the weight of them. I love the length of them. Highly, highly recommend those. The Bite Beauty, the Upswing mascara, not a fan as of yet. I'll keep testing it, and if it does dry out slightly, I may change my mind, so I will update you on this. As far as right now, not my preferred mascara. The Dior Forever Skin Glow, the shade 2N, I love. I think it is a beautiful, beautiful product. Of course, I cannot attest to long wearability. I will let you guys know that as well. The Makeup by Tammi, That's So Cheeky highlighter and blush palette. I like the component. I really like that even though this is only a 4 pan, I feel like a lot of people could use this. I feel like because they're brighter shades, if you have a deeper skin, you could use these. Or if you have lighter skin like myself, go in with a more open, fluffy brush, not a dense, closed brush, and just kind of lightly place it. And I think it's stunning. The highlighter, less is more. I do feel like it accentuated my texture a little bit, but do keep in mind I have very dry textured skin, but highly recommend. And then the Lunar Beauty Eternal Eclipse palette, love. The only thing I will say, again, it's still an absolutely beautiful look and there's nothing wrong with it. I like a very high shine, in your face, beaming metallic shade. And this is beautiful, but it's not giving me that. The mattes, however, feel very soft to the touch. They're a very creamy, blendable matte formula. They don't look muddy or anything like that. They didn't stick in place. I really, really, overall, I think we had a win this time. Let me know what y'all think. We'll get up close and personal and then I will bid you adieu. Alright beauties, that is it. Let me know what you guys thought of this first impressions. I of course will update you as I always do. I love you beauties. Stay happy, healthy, and safe, and be your own best beautiful. Bye beauties.